earlier this morning, like when I actually walked to get out of bed, it was like quite sunny. Literally only 5 minutes ago, it was raining, and now the sun's about to come back out. Welcome to British weather, I guess. So, hi guys. So it is Friday today. I've just put some food on because it's close to lunchtime, so I'm a little hungry. And we are basically just going to be doing a vlog for the weekend. And during this vlog, I aim to basically just read library books. This includes books I've physically borrowed from the library, books I've borrowed from Libby because they are connected to my libraries, as well as Kindle Unlimited because I've got a few books on Kindle Unlimited that I need to actually read so I can actually get some more of Kindle Unlimited, and some of them have been on my borrowed list for a good while now. So yeah. So why don't I just show you the books that I do plan to maybe read. Now, I will point this out. This is overly ambitious for like pretty much 2 days because I can read on Sunday, it's just I also have other stuff going on that day. So this TBR is a little bit unrealistic, but one can hope. So I will start with the Kindle Unlimited book I wanted to read this little vlog, and that was The Vampire in the Bookstore. I can't remember the author for it, so I'll put it here. And then the audiobook which I borrowed off Libby is The Village. I think it's the 6th book in the series Unfortunate Event series. I hope to get to these quite quickly. And then these are the physical books I would like to get to. I will point out just quickly also that I do still have at least 50% of Booklovers to get through, but I just wanted something else to read because I had started reading this alongside A Diary of Blood and what was the other one I was reading? A Diary of Blood and The Divided. I finished the other two, but this was the one that was taking me a bit of a while because I wasn't too sure if I was going to like it. And I'm liking it, but it's a book that I don't always like. It takes me a bit of, not force, but convincing to pick it up. And don't get me wrong, I do fly quite quickly through it when I have picked it up, but it's just something I physically want to reach for this weekend. The first book I want to maybe get to is The Guncle by Stephen Rowley. I explained what this book was about in my I explained what this book was about in my March TBR. So if you want to know what this is about, you can go look through there. This also counts towards a prompt that I have. A few of my books do count towards prompts, but I know this one counts towards, has flowers on the cover. This guy is wearing a dress with flowers. The next one I have is The Haunting of Tyrese Walker. This I think I wanted to use for the buzzword prompts, and which was the name in the title. Obviously this has the name, it's Tyrese Walker. So again, any of these library books are actually on my TBR for March, so you can just go and look there. I also then have my another two vampire books. Because this one's longer, I don't think I'm going to get to this one for this weekend, but we shall see about that. Mainly because I love the cover on this, so I may start reading it next week. I don't know. Then I have my Roommate is a Vampire. This one I've heard mixed reviews about, and I've heard some people say even though they've read it, they kind of didn't enjoy it. So we'll see how it goes. I could easily find myself DNF in this one, which I'm not going to be mad about. At least I gave it a chance. And I do have, I actually have both this one and this one on audio as well, so I will be able to listen to audiobooks for this one while trying to do other stuff at the same time. So yeah, and then, like I said, I probably won't get to this one this week, but I'm not going to be angry about that. But yeah, that's essentially my plans for this weekend. I do have a few other stuff that includes editing, getting some videos filmed, made for future weeks, as well as some sorting out to do because, again, I've got other stuff going on and I need to sort stuff out ready for Sunday. But we shall see. Like I said, because I've got 2 of these on audiobook, I'm probably going to listen to these while I'm trying to do other stuff, which will be very, very helpful. But I do want to try and also physically read these because I did get them in the library for that reason. And let's just get back to this week before here's the brain stories. Guys, so I'm just giving a quick update. I have not had much to show for you guys in between when I filmed that entrance clip to this vlog, and now, given the fact it's it's 4:45. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I just paused that because the read sprint just finished. But I have been doing stuff. I edited the other vlog, which I wanted to get done today, which was all good. I did the first round of edits, which is what you saw in that little 10 minute clip, and then I did the extensive edits after that was all done. During the time when it was taking a while to kind of export the rough edit thing, I did start reading my first library book of the weekend, which was My Roommate is a Vampire. I gave myself the goal of reading like 100 pages and then seeing how I feel about it. I'm at 116 now. So I read a tiny bit more than 100 pages, and I've also put like a little sticky note in between for the next 100 pages. I'm going to be honest, I'm actually kind of enjoying it. Like, for me, it might just be like a very quick read for me to get through because it's not anything too serious. And when I actually went to put this into my Goodreads to say I was reading it, I found out there's actually a sequel to it. Well, not a sequel, it's a companion, sort of, to... There's a companion book of this coming out, I think it's September this year. So if I enjoy this, I may pick that up. But so far it's feeling like my enjoyment is at a 4 at the moment, but that could easily change. But it's feeling kind of just like a 3-star to me because I kind of thought there was going to be a bit more build up to how Cassie found out that Frederick Fitzgerald is a vampire. And how they found out is literally because of Redwall's like stupid behaviour, almost. Don't get me wrong, he is definitely giving brother or, you know, the jokester cousin energy. Though I don't actually think these guys are related. Like, if they're related, then it's definitely going back centuries. As he said, he is quite old. Which, again, I know a lot of people do not like that the trope, especially when it comes to vampire romances, that the vampire is, like, very, very old, and she's, like, what? I think they sometimes do it with a teenager, but I do think she's actually in her 30s. Is a bit older because is a bit older than that. It doesn't actually state how old she is, but she's definitely not, like, you know, fresh out of teenagehood and stuff like that. So yeah, I could easily see if I can try and finish this today. I've been listening to the audiobook every so often. In between that, as well as like sometimes like reading physically. But I also do want to try and finish Booklovers today, even though this isn't a library book. I would like to try and get it done today, at the very least. So this is my main agenda for this evening. Maybe I will try and get another book done if I'm able to get through any of these quite quickly. But because I do have because for some reason I'm in a bit of a vampire era this month, as I said in my TBR for this month. Like, there was a lot of vampire books for some reason that I wanted to try and like read. So the other one is The Vampire in the Bookstore, but the thing is I don't want to read 2 vampire novels at the same time. So I want to try and finish maybe Booklovers first and then A Roommate with a Vampire. But then I'm probably gonna pick up the Guncle and maybe or the Guncle or A Vile Village after that, and then I will read The Vampire in the Bookstore, with possibly The Haunting of Tyrese Walker being the last one I pick up, but we'll see how I get through the Guncle and the Vile Village. The Vile Village should be relatively easy to get through, even though this was one of the books I wasn't really looking forward to reading with the series of Unfortunate Events series, just because I also didn't like the episode itself in the Netflix series. Well, that is a TV series, but it's a Netflix series. So we'll see how I go with that one. I need to do some other edits, mostly just edits for videos on my other channel and maybe this channel, depending on what I want to do. But I am planning on doing a movie night maybe tonight, but that depends on how well my reading goes, because I did waste half the day because I was tired from work yesterday. But we'll see how it goes, and I've also got just a tiny bit more things to do in terms of my packing up. The cat's obviously been my constant companion this whole entire time, and she is literally sleeping, so I'm not going to bother her. But I've got maybe another hour and 15 minutes on this reading sprints video that I've got. Obviously they do like talking in between, so I don't know how many actual reading sprints are a part of it, but maybe after this is finished I will do something else that I need to do today, and then yeah, we'll see how we go. I wasn't planning on being strict this weekend, but I wanted to at least get some of my books read before the end of this week, because obviously I want to have, because I'm moving, might not always have access to my books. So we'll see how this goes either way. So yeah, let's get back to Vampire. Also, can I just quickly point out, she works at a library in this, and the guy, the guy has Reginald borrow Bookstore. Are they getting it from the same library she works at? And the fact this also has like a mild book thing to it, and I'm literally reading Booklovers as well. I don't know. That wasn't intentional. I didn't know what was going on. Okay, so now it's much later. It is 6:30. I took a bit of a pause because I was being a little drained and I didn't feel too comfortable listening to my audiobook out loud when there was someone in the house. But I am now on chapter 11, which is page 160. My next checkpoint in this book, I believe, is just before the 200 mark. Yeah, 197, because that's what the sticky notes are. They're check marks, because I said to myself, like, okay, read the first 100 pages, see how you like it. If you don't like it, put it down. But your next check mark after that was, you know, the 200 page mark. And that scene at the coffee shop with him trying to order coffee, that was painful. I struggled with that. Like, I was reading it physically, and then I literally had to stop reading it physically, and I listened to the audiobook just go on, but I didn't actually pay attention. And then when it got too painful again, I switched to reading it physically again. That was after that scene, like just that specific scene when he's trying to order coffee, and I'm like, like that could have easily been the point where I put it down, but I was just interested. But for some reason, I do want to finish this book. Like, I'm flying through it pretty quickly. Like, yes, it's like late and I need to actually go and make some food, but I ate something quite hot for lunch, so it's only going to be a snacky little thing. I think it's just going to be crackers, cheese, maybe some pineapple. Get the pineapple and cheese is nice. And I've got some pineapple I need to use up anyway. So, yeah. So, I can see myself probably just finishing this tonight. And maybe finishing Booklovers if I push myself. Because the audiobook does take a while, I do admit that. But sometimes also it's quicker for me, especially when I'm struggling to focus physically on reading. But we'll see how this goes. This hasn't been a very good vlogging experience, because I didn't really do a lot of vlogging for my last one. But I didn't do any editing. I didn't get around to doing the editing. That may have to be a tomorrow chore. But I want to finish at least one of these tonight. And I do want to go out tomorrow, so that would be a good chance to get through some audiobooks. But like I said, I do have a few books that I need to read physically because there's not an audiobook to them. So, if I finish these two books, I've got the audiobook of the Guncle, and I also have the audiobook of the Villiage, which I, again, should be able to get through quite quickly. But I don't know. I just don't know. So, I have just finished My Roommate is a Vampire. Yeah, quite funny. I finished the book I started yesterday and not the book I've been reading for a couple of days now. Gave it 3 stars. It's okay. It's fun. But I wasn't reading this for the romance. I figured that out, even before the sex scene came up, like, and I outright skipped that section. Like, I didn't read it physically, I didn't listen to it, I just skipped it. I just wasn't interested. In terms of like good points, like Cassie having to teach Frederick actually how to dress and how to even order a coffee, that part was painful. That part was insanely painful. Teaching him how to pass in the 21st century, that part I found to be the more interesting plot point. That and the fact that Frederick was repeatedly trying to tell his mother that he wasn't going to go through with this arranged marriage. And obviously that came back around when the mother showed up at the house, and then he had to go to a meeting and ended up getting kidnapped. Like, seriously? This is a little bit of a spoiler, by the way. But you kind of like do see it come in with the fact the mother just doesn't listen to her son. You're right. I do this because I care for you. Yes, sometimes like maybe we don't listen and what is best for us is actually best for us in your point of view, but at least listen to your son before making those harsh decisions. And I do understand these are essentially still vampires who literally are so caught up in the arranged marriage way of things and just treating us as, you know, food. But yeah, I was not in it for the romance. Like, it's okay. But again, he is a vampire who has lived for centuries and has been in a coma for the last century. She is a woman of unknown age in my experience, maybe in her 20s or something, in the 21st century. It's hard to get behind that. I do understand, and I do sometimes have this problem when reading other vampire romances, but their romance is a little bit more believable. This one, I just couldn't get behind the romance at all. But at least that is one book out the way. I'm going to try and see if I can maybe finish Booklovers next. I still have 172 pages left, because I was focusing all my attention on that book for some reason. But then I'm going to maybe go straight on to... Actually, no, I think I'm going to take a break from contemporary, because I've literally just finished a contemporary book. Last thing, even though this is like completely different, it has no vampires and such. But I might just go straight on to the Villiage after a quick break and read that one, or listen to that one, shall I say, as it's an audiobook. And then move on to this, so then that'll be 3 books out of the way. And then depending on how I feel this evening, I will probably either read the Vampire in the Bookstore Kindle Unlimited one. I'll read the Vampire in the Bookstore that's on Kindle Unlimited, and then I will get started on the Haunting of Tyrese Walker. This, I believe, is a middle grade, so I should be able to get through this one quite quickly. And this one is only $2.90. I don't know why that took me so long to work out, but the pages weren't split in, so it's not that long of a book, which is great, because I kind of think I need the short books now while finishing up the slightly thicker ones, even though I think these are not quite roughly... No, it is a bit smaller, but that checks out. It is just around 4:30. I've not actually done much since I last updated. I have not done any reading on Booklovers. I have started the Libby audiobook. I would show you, but I'm currently using my phone to film, and the audiobook is on my phone. I think I'm about 47 of the way through, which is pretty good. But not much else has been going to my makeshift desk for this last week is a mess. I've not done any editing at all, so I'm going to have to figure out a way around that for the next coming week. So yeah, and yes, I am wearing the same t-shirt that I was wearing yesterday, but I wanted to feel comfortable over the next 2 days. So, and I may regret that tomorrow, especially when I need other stuff to wear, but we will cross that bridge when we get to it, and I need to figure out what to wear while everything else is going. But yeah. So what can I do? I want to do the movie thing tonight because I didn't do it yesterday. I may also order some takeaway, even though I do typically have some food that I need to use. So the problem is because I made some food anyway for lunchtime, so I would eat it. I'm not making much sense. Basically yesterday, while I was making food, I cooked some mince with some barbecue sauce because I had some rice that I needed to use up, and I used some of that today for lunch. But the problem is I still have some left and I can't have that for dinner. So I'm debating on whether to get some takeaway or if to go out, because again the plans to go out went out the window and I'm not too comfortable going by myself. I may completely throw that out the window and decide just go out. Despite my crippling anxiety about doing so, but I need to get used to it because I don't have many other places to go. So yeah. Okay. Sorry. My mind is a mess because now my room is a mess. Because like I've got all that over there, which while sorted, I need to do some final things with it. My bed is an absolute mess. And then there's also literally the whole of this desk. And before you say, why do you have still have empty can of Pepsi? It's not empty, it's actually, it's still got some in it. Also, can I just say, I don't actually like the Pepsi. I didn't realise they changed it, so it took me so long to even find the Pepsi at one point. When I first went looking for it after they changed it. So part of me wants to do some colouring, or I could easily sit here and do some dot as well, since I do need to finish. It's not Anne Hathaway I'm thinking of, it's someone. I should know this name because she's so popular. Audrey Hepburn. I was going to call Angela Antoinette or whatever the hell that is. But I still need to finish her off, mostly just all this as well as her face. So that I could easily quite get done now. Because I'm finding this to be quite relaxing. It does help with my anxiety. But I also kind of need to figure out what I'm doing with this colouring book. Because I'm going to have to get rid of the pencils I currently have and then just use the ones at my house, but I'm worried that they're not going to be the same ones I used for these pictures. And I still need to finish this dragon one. So like this whole side still needs doing. I still need to finish up so this whole wing needs doing. I need to finish up the little details in the castle and on the rock formation. And then I have started 2 others. So I showed you this one, I think, in my last video, but the only thing I majorly did with this is kind of hard to see, but I did all the flames. I did like the stained glass window. I decided to go with like green flames for some reason, and then make sort of like the stained glass like orange and yellow. But it doesn't really stand out because of these types of pencils that I'm using. Not that that's a bad thing, I actually really like the shading I was able to do, regardless. And then the one I started in my last vlog, sort of this gremlin or goblin in a mat, and I made him like more coloured for some reason. Instead of making him just one colour, he's green, he's purple, he's red, and I didn't do much else. Like literally, I think the first thing I actually coloured of this one was the three eyes. One's orange, one's yellow, and then one's blue. But even then, I didn't finish the eyes. But I would like to maybe try and finish the dragon. But then I also do have like these. These were the first ones I did, and I'm really proud of my skull, but I just never coloured anything else. But part of me doesn't want to with that. But then that was the skull. That was the human skull I did, and I'm not entirely proud of that one, but I also need to finish actually colouring that page. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I want to try and maybe do one of these while listening to the rest of the files Village, which I am mildly enjoying more than I thought I was. There are a few things a bit different. But it's still sort of like quite slow for me, which is a bit weird. I'm not sure if I'm making sense. But yeah. But I need to also, tidy this up. I know the second I unplug this black laptop, it's going to kind of like die, turn off, because the battery in this one is short, so I need to keep it plugged in order to use it, which probably also isn't good, but that's the only way I can use it. And at some point, probably next week, I'm going to have to sit down and go through everything that's on my mini hard drives that I've got, sort out what's on there, as well as on what's on my laptop, because they've run out of storage, so I can't actually back up my laptop again, which is annoying because I am going to have to give this one up, despite the fact I want to keep every sticker that is on this laptop, because some of them were new that I bought, not recently, but like last year, and then there are others that kind of hold sentimental. And you think, if they hold sentimental, why do you put them on laptop? I wasn't expecting this laptop to break anytime soon. So like this one here I got from when I was at university. I won it in a competition. I can't remember what the competition was, but I got that. That is the little thing I got from when I got a tattoo. I then have a Slenderman thing here, which I got off Redbubble, which is did I get anything else from here? No, I didn't get anything else off Redbubble from here, but everything else I remember my mum buying, and it was just like really cool to actually like mix and match some of it. So like you've got like a Jeep with the palm trees, you've got the famous paint in there, and the Polaroid camera, which I really liked. And then this kind of like it's like just a little like, I'm not going to pronounce that, but it's also says Mental Health Matters and Space Adventurer. And then this is me with the yang. So and I really do love this laptop, and I was annoyed when I had to go and get my silver one repaired because they had to take the cover off, and obviously all my stickers, there were stickers on this, and then I haven't got them back because they had to take it all off, and I was upset. And I guess also what happens when you get a little bit too attached to some stickers, but I was quite upset about that. Hey guys, so it's a little bit later in the day of Sunday. I was not able to do much reading today, if not at all. It is pretty much 6:30 in the evening, but I did remember that I had Lord Olympus at my parents', and I decided to maybe finish this one today, because I was feeling a bit slumpy when I finished. Actually, no, I did technically do some reading. I read the final bit of Booklovers. I gave that 3.5 stars this morning, but I felt quite a bit slumpy, so I didn't feel like I needed picking up anything. So I think Lord Olympus would be a good palette cleanser, because I'm not like having to always look at words, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. I had started it the day I actually borrowed this from the library, but I completely forgot to mark it and then left it at my parents'. So, yeah. We'll see how this goes. Hi guys, so I'm literally just giving you like a closing to that vlog because I realised I didn't really film a lot on the Sunday because of what was going on. So I'm going to quickly give you the overall list of books that I read over the course of that weekend. So the first book I actually did finish was My Roommate is a Vampire. I gave this one 3 out of 5 stars. It was okay. Again, as I explained, it wasn't the greatest thing I read, but then I finished listening to the Villiage, which is the 7th book in the series of Unfortunate Events. I kept thinking it was the 6th. It's the 7th. This one I also gave 3 out of 5 stars, but this is actually the one where I found out that I actually enjoyed this one more than what I thought I was going to. And yeah, just for some reason I enjoyed this one a lot more than what I thought I was going to, even though it's still 3 stars, which is the same rating I gave the last book. I then finished Booklovers on the Sunday morning. I finished like listening to it, and then the final book, which I read that evening, which you saw the little clip of, was Lord Olympus. I gave Booklovers 3 out of 5 stars. Again, it was the same situation with My Roommate is a Vampire. It was okay. I'm having this issue with Emily Henry's books anyway, where I'm not enjoying it as much as like other people are, so maybe it's just the writing style. But we shall see. And then Lord Olympus, I gave 5 out of 5 stars, which was the only 5 out of 5 star book I gave that weekend. This one was a library book. It was not my book, so in total I read 3 library books. One of my own books, which I said was going to finish that weekend. So yeah, I got 4 books read, which was great. A little upset I didn't get to a few of the books I desperately did want to get to, like The Vampire in the Bookstore, and the Guncle. But I still have time before I need to give them back to the library, and there's still time in April. So we'll see how we go. Thank you for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video, which may be far in between because of where I'm currently living and all that jazz, but we shall see. Bye.